All right, we're here with Craig from Tops Knives. He's going to show us some of the new knives they have out.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, first up, we have what we're calling the Boca Cuoco. This knife was designed by a guy named Goran, who lives down in Colombia. He's in the rainforest. He spends a lot of time down there learning primitive skills, teaching primitive skills. He owns a nature reserve. The name of that reserve is Boca. Real bright guy. Just really hands-on. Everything he does is hands-on. And he's been making pucos out of leaf springs and things like that down in a forge that he's got down there for years now. And he approached us to say, hey, you know what? I think you should really make this model. So we took his design, which is normally made with exotic wood handles and really beautiful pieces, and made it what would be a more tops model.
Right.
So we got the micarta handles instead of wood. We got a 1095 blade, and we do what's called a modified Scandi grind.
Okay.
So it's a Scandi, and then there's a secondary bevel around that edge there.
Oh yeah, look at that. Okay.
And what we've found is that makes the edge slightly stronger than a traditional Scandi grind, but still just as sharp.
We are.
So it's great for slicing, great for woodwork, all that kind of stuff. The other thing that we wanted to do is we wanted to keep this as close to the original as possible. So the handles are very rounded. There's a lot of contour there, so that it feels like a traditional puka, even though it's micarta and a full tank construction.
And it does feel comfortable in your hand. When I picked it up, it didn't feel like it would slip out or anything.
Right. And the great thing about the rounded handles is the knife is comfortable forward. It's comfortable in any kind of grip, reverse or forward.
Right.
And so it makes it very easy to use from a bushcraft perspective. So yeah, this one we're looking to have released somewhere around the middle of the year.
Okay.
It will be ready soon. Very, very.
And about an average idea of a price on it for retail price?
We haven't worked those out yet. I'd guess somewhere between $1 and $150 for a retail price.
Not bad at all. Now, I'm assuming those holes there are so you could strap it onto a stick and make a spear out of it or something? Or is that for a different reason?
I mean, they're decorative, but I'm sure somebody will figure out.
Someone will figure out a use for it. Yeah, they'll get crazy with paracord.
Definitely.
The next one was this one here. Okay, this is one I'd seen somebody else review, and I had to take a good look at it because I really liked it.
So this is one that we've been working on since 2015. SHOT Show of 2015. Tops is not known for its folding knives. We're known for fixed blades, hard use knives. So what we did with this is we took a long time to make sure that we got the lock just right, to make sure that we got the action right, to make sure that we got the balance and just the overall process correct. So it took a long time, but that's because every time you prototype something, you have to start from scratch. And that can take weeks to months for each try. Anyway, long story short, we've got the last run of the last prototypes that we did was, we would do prototypes in batches of 3 or 4. And the last prototype we did, all 3 of them came out just right. We said, okay, we think we finally got it, and we're going to do a run of 50. And that run of 50 is going to tell us whether or not we're actually ready. Because assembling 3 or 4 folders is one thing, assembling a batch is a whole other thing. So it worked, and we're going to release the Fieldcraft as pre-production at first with just a run of 50. They'll be individually serialized, so you got 1 of 50, 2 of 50, this is 30.
See on there, that's 30.
And when we do the actual production run, we're not going to start back over at 001. We're going to start at 051 and go up from there. So we're creating some collectability out of these. They should, there's only going to be 50 ever. There will never be another 001 Bob folder. So,
but you will be producing them after 50. You'll be mass producing them from there on.
Correct. The 50, we're just finishing up the assembly and everything on the 50 so that we can get that sale ready to go. and then right after we're going to start the actual production run.
Okay.
So it's going to take a little while to get those finished, but it's basically ready to go.
Yeah, I definitely like it because it kind of gives you the feel of a fixed knife, but it can be put in your pocket. It's a folder, and it also looks like it has the modified Scandi grind on it too as well.
Yes, it does.
And what steel is the blade?
The blade is also 1095.
1095,
which is I think uncommon for folders.
Yeah.
But we've got steel frames. We got micarta handles.
Those are micarta?
They are.
They actually
they
felt
are.
like wood.
Right. Yeah. Micarta on top of the steel. It looks and feels like the fixed blade, but
Yep.
you can put it in your pocket and go. So,
Very cool.
Yep.
All right, and the last one was that flipper. I know people are going to be interested in that one.
Next up, we have the Tops version of a butterfly knife.
Uh-huh.
So most butterfly knives out there have pretty narrow blades.
Right.
You know, they're made for opening quickly and doing whatever. The guy that designed this, he's the president of the company. He said to me one day, he's like, you know what, I want to make a butterfly knife because they're fun, but I want to be able to take it out in the woods and use it.
Use it, yep.
And so that's why we've got a stout blade on this and nice, comfortable handles. It's made to actually be used.
Yeah.
You know, so it's. I'm sure the guys out there that do the flipping with the bottle songs, they'll have fun with it too. But it's also something that you can take out in the woods and use like a real tool.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of the ballast songs have that very, very thin blade, and for doing wood processing and anything to do with bushcraft really isn't real that useful. So.
Yeah. I mean, they're great as EDC knives.
Right.
You know, cutting boxes, cutting stuff that you'll see like on a regular basis. But if you're going to go out in the woods, that's probably not the knife.
So that means you guys are going to have to make me learn how to do the flip.
Yes. I'm going to have to learn how to do it too.
No, I picked it up and I wasn't going to attempt it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you very much for your time.
Hey, you bet.